Hello, Jemma.
Hi, hang on.
How are you? Hello,
Hello.
Chloe. Hello, Jemma.
Hello.
Great you are here and great you are organizing this Singapore special. We are really happy to have you here.
We're so excited. We're happy too.
Enjoy your practice, enjoy your power. I will join, okay? From here, from Rotterdam.
Oh, great.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, so I'm a big fan of practicing with music. So Yogaground has a Spotify playlist, a couple up if you want to turn on some music to do with your practice. Yeah, we're super excited to be here with you from Singapore. Love to everybody in Rotterdam. I miss you all. What else did I want to say? Also, there's still videos up on YouTube if you want to practice later on. Totally fine. And let's get started. So we're going to start with half of your left leg in Baddha Konasana and the right leg in more of a diamond shape. So the heel will be a little bit further away, and then you're just going to fold right over the legs. Yeah, you can walk the arms out, let the back of the neck go. And we'll just give ourselves a few breaths here to really settle down. Try to become a little bit more expansive and deliberate with your breathing. I'm going to turn my timer on because I'm notoriously bad with time management. Okay, and then on the inhalation, come up on your fingertips so the arms stay long. Open the chest and heart like you're mimicking a cow spine. And then exhale, round to cat, pull the belly back, just like someone were punching you in the stomach. Don't imagine that, but that's the idea. Waistline goes back. Inhale, open the chest and heart. Arms stay long, stay on your fingertops. Exhale, round to cat, pull the belly back. Inhale, one more. Chest opens, shoulder blades slide down the back a little bit. Exhale, round to cat. And then on the next inhalation, open the chest and heart. Widen the collarbones. Exhale, see if you can fold a little bit more deeply over the legs. Maybe the forehead comes towards the foot. You don't need to go that far. But do try to relax through the back body. Couple of breaths here. Okay, and then on the inhalation, roll yourself back up to sit. And then you'll keep the right leg where it is. Just tuck the left knee in so the sole of the foot comes to the floor. And then that right elbow can take hold of sort of the knee as you wrap around into a gentle twist. Keep that left thigh pressing into the belly and then turn up and around into the twist. Try to relax the shoulders away from the ears. So nothing too deep, kind of a gentle twist for now. Steady with the breath. Nice. On the inhalation, come back to neutral. Step both feet flat on the floor so the right knee can kind of fold in, left foot down. Bring your hands back behind you with the fingertips pointing in. Scoot forward a little bit so we can see. And then you'll lift the chest. Keep the hips down on the floor. Open into cow spine. Exhale, round into cat. Just drop through the shoulders. Nice. Inhale again. Lift and push the chest up through the arms. Push into the fingers. Exhale, round to cat. Pull the side body back. One more inhale, chest comes through the arms. Exhale, round to cat. And then on the inhalation, return the spine to neutral. Lift your heels up off the floor for your first boat pose. Knees stay at 90 degrees. And then both hands are going to come to the outer edges of your knees. And I want you to isometrically push your knees into your hands and your hands into your knees. So you should feel the outer legs start to fire. Maybe that core is coming alive. And then on the next inhalation, take the hands in prayer, press the inner knees into that prayer, and the hands kind of out into the inner knees. Now you should definitely feel the core firing. Open the chest, find a little bit of a backward bend. That's nice, Chloe. Good. And then on the exhalation, release the legs down, release the hands, switch sides. So now your opposite leg will bend in. So Chloe had her right knee in the butterfly, left foot in the diamond, and then rock yourself forward over the legs. Deep bend. Yay, 26 people practicing. Amazing. So you have a few more breaths here. Again, try to feel that there's an expansiveness in the back body as you breathe. So I'm going to put my hands on Chloe's back so you see what I mean, but the back ribs should spread wide as you inhale and contract as you exhale. And then inhale, prop up on your fingertips like little spider hands. Lengthen the spine, find a little bit of chest and backward bend opening, cow back. And then exhale, round to cat. Pull the sideways towards the back of the room. Again, inhale, open the chest, shoulder blades slide down the back. Exhale, round to cat. One more, inhale, arch the spine, open. Exhale, round to cat. Then inhale, recreate your length, open the chest, fold over the legs a little bit more. Again, remember to soften the back of the neck. And then inhale, bring yourself back up to sit. You're going to fold in the leg that's not in the diamond. So in this case, your right leg. Take the twist, left elbow around the right knee. So just very gentle, simple twist. Try not to hike the shoulders up, so release the shoulders away from the ears. You want to kind of expand the space between the top of your shoulders and the ear. Nice. Take another breath, spiral up and then around. And then on the inhalation, come back to neutral. Step both feet to the floor with the knees bent. Take your hands back behind you once again, and then this time flip the wrists, so the backs of the hands, so step your hands a little bit further back, yes, you can lean into them. Flip the wrists so the palms are up, and then same thing, on the inhalation, she'll lift her heart for a cow spine, and exhale, round to cat, pull the waistline back, belly in, belly in. Inhale again, arch into your cow pose. Exhale, round to cat. Inhale, arch into your cow pose. Exhale, round to cat. And inhale, come back to neutral. Undo the flipping of the palms. Lift the legs up for boat pose. Again, just a 90-degree bend for now. Take your hands on the outer knees and then feel your hands isometrically squeeze your knees in, your knees isometrically squeeze out. It should feel oddly like a lot of work. And then take your hands in prayer, stick the prayer right in between your knees, and then squeeze the knees into your prayer. Don't hike up the shoulders, open the chest, little hint of a backward bend. Really nice. One more because I'm feeling a little bit spicy today. And then cross your ankles, roll forward over your hands and knees, and stretch back into downward facing dog. So it's your first downward facing dog, and I encourage you to kind of move around a little bit, fidget as much as you like. If you like pedaling the legs, please do so. It's your practice, your time. We are going to be a little bit more on our hands today than normal, so already think about what you can do to prepare for that by grounding through the thumb and index finger on each hand and actively pressing through the arm. Really nice. And then you're just going to slowly walk your way up towards the top of your mat. So coming into a standing forward bend, slow steps. Once you're in your standing forward bend, take the feet about hip width apart so you have some space between the big toes. And then bend your knees as much as you need to slide your hands underneath your feet for Padahastasana. So Chloe is super open in her hamstrings. You might need to bend your knees a lot more. And you'll see that the palms should really be right under the feet. And I like to even go a little bit further and walk my toes up the forearms. Yeah, so that I can use my toes to give myself a little massage on my own forearms. Self-massage, very relevant in these times of being quarantined. Nice. Last couple of breaths here. Make sure you release your jaw, release any tension that's in the mouth, forehead. Beautiful. And then take your hands out from underneath your feet. Release Padahastasana. Bend the knees, tuck your tailbone one vertebra at a time to round up to stand. Head is the very last thing to come up. And then once you're in Tadasana, release the shoulders away from the ears. Draw the belly in slightly. Find your breath. Slow inhales and slow exhales through the nose. Okay, and then I want you to take your feet as wide as your sticky mat with the feet parallel, so you can just kind of line up the outside edges of your feet with the edges of your mat. On the inhalation, bring your arms up, Urdhva Hastasana, palms press, lift the chest, and then on the exhalation, slow forward bend with soft knees into Uttanasana. Nice. And then on the inhalation, Chloe is going to take her hands around her legs and reach for her, let me think about this quickly, her left wrist with her hand. And then as she inhales, she'll bend the knees and press the knees out into the inner arms, lengthen the spine, flat back. And exhale, forward fold. So you do that twice more. On the inhalation, you bend the knees push into the arms. That should automatically traction the wrists. Exhale, forward fold. One more, inhale, bend the knees, traction the wrists, push the knees into the inner elbows. Exhale, forward fold. Release your fingers to the floor. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Soft knees, step your left foot back into a lunge. You'll be in a wide stance for your lunge. Lower the back knee to the floor. On the inhalation, roll onto the outer edge of the right foot. Soften the hips, backward bend a little bit, that cow spine again. And then exhale, straighten both your legs, fold, bring the torso on the inside of that right leg. Twice more. Inhale, tap the back knee, roll onto the outer edge of the right foot, backward bend. Exhale, lengthen and fold. One more. Inhale, tap the back knee, open the chest. Exhale, lengthen and fold. Very nice. Inhale, walk yourself back into a low lunge. And then you're going to stay on the left hand. So back knee is lifted, don't release. Yeah. And then stay on your left hand, roll onto the outer edge of your back foot and heel toe your right foot over to the side. Right arm is going to come up. So you're in a side plank variation with a little bit of hip opener. So I want you to leave that right foot right where it was. Yeah. And then bow the hips upward. Bring the arm along the ear. Yes, so you're going to side stretch and then exhale. Lower the hips, reach towards the room behind you. So the hips come down, you're just going to reach right back behind you. Yeah, so inhale, she'll lift up, the hips will go, stretch through the side body. Exhale, lower the hips, reach behind you. One more, inhale, bow the hips, reach up, stretch through the side body. Exhale, reach back. Then inhale, bring yourself back around into low lunge, sort of cartwheel yourself through, step back into downward facing dog. And you'll need to kind of adjust a little bit to be more symmetrical on your mat. Give yourself a deep breath in and a deep breath out. On the inhalation, plank pose, upward cushion position. Feel the shoulders over the wrists. You could always drop your knees if you need to. Otherwise, bend the elbows, slow lower all the way down to the floor. Beautiful. Inhale, the tops of the feet are going to press to the floor. You'll flip the palms so the backs of the hands will press down. Squeeze the elbows in. As you inhale, lift the chest into low cobra. Exhale, release down. 2 more just like that. On the inhalation, lift up, low cobra. Don't hike the shoulders by the ears. Exhale, release down. 1 more, inhale, lift the chest, open the heart. Exhale, release. Inhale, tuck your toes, flip the palms back around. Push yourself up to plank as you inhale. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Another breath in here to pause, and a breath to empty. Inhale, look forward, step your left foot outside of your left hand. Step your right foot outside of your right hand, so you're in a wide forward bend, and fold forward. Shake the head out a little bit from side to side, again, soften the jaw. Bend your knees, tuck the tailbone 1 vertebra at a time, round up to stand, so head should be the last thing to come up. Nice. Pause in Tadasana, belly in, tailbone as well. Inhale, breathe your arms up, Urdhva Hastasana, lift the chest. Exhale with soft knees, fold forward in this wide forward bend. And then again, you'll reach behind your legs. Again, they go around the outer edges. Yeah, exactly. Take hold of the right wrist with your left hand. As you inhale, bend the knees deeply, extend the spine, push your knees into your inner elbows. It should traction the wrist. Exhale, forward fold. 2 more. Inhale, bend the knees, extend the spine, traction the wrist by using the power of your outer legs. Exhale, fold. Inhale, last one, lengthen the spine, bend the knees, traction. Excellent. Exhale, forward fold. Release the fingers to the floor and lengthen the spine as you inhale. Exhale, forward fold. You'll step the right foot back. You're in this kind of wide, low lunge. Lower the back knee to the floor. And then inhale, roll onto the outer edge of the left foot. Lengthen your spine a little bit. Find that cow spine. Exhale, lengthen and fold. 2 straight legs. You're going to wide forward fold. Again, inhale, tap the back knee. Roll onto the outside edge of that left foot. Exhale, lengthen and fold. 1 more, inhale, tap the knee, open, exhale, lengthen and fold. Okay, let's make it a little bit smoother on this side. Inhale, come back into low lunge, the back knee stays lifted. She'll come on her right hand into the outer edge of the right foot. Walk that left foot a little bit forward, so you're in this modified side plank. Left arm reaches up, and then along the left ear. Inhale, bow the hips up, stretch through that left side body. It might also stretch your hip a lot. Exhale, lower the hips down, reach to the back of the room. 2 more like that. Inhale, bow the hips up, reach. Left side body open. Exhale, come down. 1 more, inhale, reach. Exhale, come down. I'm so amazed this is working. Inhale, spiral yourself around into a low lunge. And step back into downward facing dog. It's a miracle. We're doing yoga from Singapore to Rotterdam. Yay. I love it. Love you guys. So good to see you virtually practicing. Inhale, come forward, plank pose. Exhale, slow lower to the mat. Remember, you could always drop your knees if chaturanga is too much. Tops of the feet will press to the floor. Flip the wrists. Backs of the hands press. Inhale, squeeze your elbows in, lengthen, low cobra. Exhale, come down. 2 more, they're like little waves. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Inhale, flip your hands, tuck the toes, activate the legs, push yourself up through plank. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Very nice. Take a breath here to pause. Again, can you root down into the thumb and index finger a little bit more? Already think about the power of your hands and arms. And look forward between the hands. Step your right foot outside of the right hand, left foot outside of the left hand. Fold into your wide-legged forward bend. See if you can fold a little bit deeper now. So yeah, Chloe's walking her hands back. That's totally fine. You want to feel that the torso is coming on those inner thighs. You could also bend the knees as much as you need to here. Very nice. And then release. Soften your knees. Tuck your tailbone one vertebra at a time to round up. Remember, your head is the very last thing to come up. Release. Take your feet together so the big toes will touch, heels slightly apart. Hands together in front of the heart for Anjali Mudra. Take a moment here to ground with your breath. Again, could you be a little bit more deliberate and expansive as you inhale and exhale? Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, reach the arms up, palms pressed overhead. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine, prepare. Exhale, bend the knees, and you can either jump to Chaturanga or step and lower down. Inhale into a backward bend, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Inhaling for 1. Exhaling. Inhaling for 2. Exhaling. Inhaling for 3. Exhaling. Bottom of the breath, look forward, lift the heels, prepare, hop or step the feet between the hands, lengthen the spine a little bit, exhale, fold. Inhale, the arms come up, Urdhva Hastasana, palms pressed, open the chest, stay standing as you bring the hands down the center line. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, lift the arms up, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, offer the heart forward, prepare, long spine. Bend the knees, plant the hands, and again, jump to Chaturanga or step and lower down. Inhale into your backward bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, 3 breaths. Don't forget the action in the hands. Inhaling for 1. Exhaling. Inhaling for 2. Exhaling. Inhale for 3. Keep the belly drawing in. Exhaling. Bottom of the breath, look forward, prepare, hopper, step the feet between the hands, lengthen the spine, and fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, palms reach up overhead. Exhale, stay standing, hands down the center line. Last one, Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, prepare, lengthen. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, jump to Chaturanga or step back. Inhale, backward bend, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And as you breathe in downward facing dog, make sure that your feet are symmetrical, nice and hip width apart. Hands are symmetrical, grounding through the thumb and index finger on each side. Really nice. One more breath here. And then at the bottom of the breath, look forward, lift the heels, hop or step the feet, lengthen, and fold. Inhale, bring the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana, palms reach up overhead. Exhale, Tadasana, hands down the center line. Take a moment in Tadasana. Check your feet, make sure the big toes are together and heels slightly apart. And I'm actually going to suggest, it's up to you practicing at home, that Chloe steps back a little bit on her mat so that she has some space to come into crow pose. when she's ready. Inhale, bend the knees, sit back, Utkatasana, awkward chair. Draw the belly and the front ribs in, and then think about that prayer that we had between our inner knees in boat pose, and I want you to squeeze that imaginary prayer at this moment, right? So it's as if the inner thighs and knees have a ball or something in between them that you can really hug towards the middle line. Oh, I might leave you here forever. Inhale, take another breath. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine, prepare. Exhale, fold. And then Chloe's going to plant her hands to the floor out in front of her and come into crow pose. Now, if you're at home, you don't need, well, if you're anywhere, but nevertheless, you don't need to lift your feet off the floor. You could just sort of cover your toes or do one foot and then the other. The benefit of being at home is no one can see you, so whatever you do is totally fine. Take another breath here. Pull the side waistline up, and then the right foot will step in between the hands. Left foot steps back. Warrior one. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, deepen into the pose. Inhale for two. More length through the side waistline. Exhale, wrap the left hip a little bit further forward. One more breath. Inhale, maybe there's a hint of a backward bend. Exhale. Inhale, open into warrior two. Adjust your feet as you need to. Exhale, bend that right knee a little bit more aggressively. Yes. Inhale, keep the belly lifting, tailbone long. Exhale. Inhale for three. Exhaling. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten the right leg, tip back, stretch through the right side body. As you exhale, pick up that right hip a little bit more. Inhale for two, reach more through the right side body. Exhale, turn the chest a little bit. Yes. Inhale for three. Exhale. Inhale, coming into side angle, bend the right knee, take your right hand to your right ankle for today, hold it, bring the left arm up. As you exhale, spin and turn the torso a little bit more. Inhale for two. Inhale for three. And then slowly bring your left hand down to the floor, low lunge, step back, downward facing dog. You have an optional vinyasa here if you'd like to come into plank and lower, coming through the backward bend and back into downward facing dog. Okay, the next part you need to listen carefully. I had to explain it to Chloe twice, so don't feel bad if you don't get it the first time. You're going to keep the whole body in downward facing dog. The right leg will lift for three-point pose. Don't change anything. Draw the right knee towards the nose, and then cross your right ankle over your left knee for figure four pose, still in downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward into plank pose. You're still holding figure four. Keep that right knee pressing out. Roll onto the left edge of your foot, left hand down, side plank with figure four. If it's too much, you could always just drop your right toes to the mat. Push away from that left hand. Draw the left shoulder blade into the back. Reach more through that right hand. And then as you release the right hand down to the floor, step the right foot outside of the right hand. You're back in that wide lunge. Step the left foot outside of the left hand. Wide forward fold. Draw the torso through the legs. Again, maybe walk a little bit further back with your fingers. And slowly undo, soften the knees. Round up to stand, one vertebra at a time. Very nice. When you reach Tadasana, pause. Recalibrate through your breath. And take your feet together. Maybe if you stepped back on the mat for the other side, And on the inhalation, bend your knees, sit back, awkward chair, Utkatasana. Again, first thing I'm going to remind Chloe is to pull the front ribs and belly in. And then again, think about that prayer between the inner knees. Squeeze. Squeeze the inner knees and thighs like crazy. Sit up a little bit more in the upper back. So your legs should be really active here. It's not just like, oh, I'm going to sit back behind me. How does it feel? Does it feel active? Yeah. Take another breath. Inhale and exhale. Fold over the legs. Inhale, offer the heart forward, extend the spine. Exhale, fold. And then same thing, crow pose on this side. So plant the hands to the floor, look forward. Again, you don't have to take the feet off the floor. You could do one toe and then the other. If you have the heels off, I like to actively squeeze my heels towards my bum. So you have this, again, sense that the legs are working. And when you're ready to release, the left foot will step down in between the hands, right foot steps back, warrior one. Yeah, adjust your feet if you need to. Beautiful. Inhale here. Exhale, bend a little bit deeper in that left leg. Nice. Inhale for 2. Exhale. Inhale for 3, maybe a hint of a backward bend. Exhale. Inhale, open into warrior 2. Exhale. Inhale for 2. Don't lose the breath. Exhale. Inhale for 3. Widen across the arms a little bit more. Exhale. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten the left leg, tip back. Pull the left hip out of its socket a little bit more. Exhale. Inhale for 2. Exhale. Inhale for 3. Exhale. On the inhalation, bend your left knee, Parshvakonasana, side angle. Left hand on the left ankle today, right arm up. Turn and open the chest. Exhale. Keep that back leg strong. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Release the hand down, come into low lunge. Step back to downward facing dog. Then you have an optional vinyasa here, coming forward into plank, lowering through chaturanga. Also, you can skip the vinyasas, totally not necessary. They're a good tool to stay nice and warm, but if your wrists are feeling a little funky, it's also not necessary. Okay. Left leg lifts, 3-point pose. Again, the downward dog doesn't change. The knee draws towards the chest. Take the left ankle over the right knee. That left foot, figure 4 in downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, come onto the right hand, outer edge of the right foot. Keep figure 4. Keep that left knee pressing back. That's it. Left arm extends up. Yes. Side plank, figure 4 variation. Push away from the floor a little bit more. Feel that right shoulder blade integrate into your back body. And then release the left hand. Step your left foot outside of the left hand. Step your right foot outside of the right hand. Pause for a moment in your forward bend. Now the first thing that you can do here is just try to work your torso through your inner thighs. That's the very first step. And really, there's no need to do anything beyond that if it's not feeling good today. Otherwise, maybe you start to walk the arms through the legs like Chloe has done. And then if you can, you'll start to take weight onto your hands, squatting down. Reach the chest forward. Maybe she's going to come into Tadasana, the arm balance. Don't lose the feeling of the inner and the outer legs. Keep those hips up. Push into the hands. Push into the hands. Yes. And then I'm going to tell her to come back the way she came. She's probably going to hate me for that. Press into the feet. Lift the bum. And fold forward. Release the hands. Shake the head out a little bit from side to side. If you landed on your butt, totally fine. I always do. I'm just picking on Chloe because I can. She's here.
Yes, you can. Anything.
Good. And then heel toe your feet together as you're here in the forward fold.
Your feet together.
Yeah, feet together. Bend the knees, tuck the tailbone, round up to stand. When you reach Tadasana, pause. Reach within with your breath. Make sure you're still standing in a very nice alignment with the back body full, shoulders away from the ears. Okay, and then just step back on your mat a tiny bit so you don't come out of the frame. With your inner legs together, transfer your weight into your left foot and pull your right knee into the chest. Hug it in. Okay, and this might be enough for you for your balancing today. If you can, take your right hand into your right hip and reach your left hand for your outer edge of the right foot. And that, again, might also be where you stop. If you can, you're going to extend that right leg. The right arm will reach back behind you for the twist. Find that same hint of the backward bend, chest opening, shoulder blades coming down the back. Couple of breaths here in the balancing pose. Again, whatever expression you've taken of the pose is totally fine. And then when you're ready, come back to neutral, pull the knee into the chest. Step the right foot to meet the left. Then switch sides, left knee will draw in. First expression of the balancing pose. Take your left hand into your left hip, right hand to the outer edge of the left foot. Extend the leg forward. Again, the left arm can reach back around. So the knee could also be a little bit bent. It doesn't need to be as linear as Chloe has here. Then slowly come around, pull the knee in towards the chest. What a relief that I don't have to practice and teach at the same time. Thank you, Chloe. Step the foot down.
Jemma.
Okay. And then just step forward a little bit. Inhale, reach the arms up. Very simple and sort of fluid Surya Namaskar A. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend the knees. Step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale into your backward bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a last couple of breaths here in downward facing dog. And then look forward in between the hands and hop your feet through to sit or just sort of get to seated in whatever way is feasible for you. Indeed, once you're seated, I want you to find Dandasana, so sitting nice and tall with the legs straight and the palms by the hips. Inhale, reach the arms overhead, flex through the feet. As you exhale, forward fold into Paschimottanasana. Reach for the back of the feet. And then for a moment, lengthen the spine, look forward, create that little cow spine that we had in the beginning of class. And then refold over your legs a little bit deeper in Paschimottanasana. Just a couple of breaths. Again, remember the back body breathing. So as you inhale, the back ribs should fill. And as you exhale, they should condense. Okay, inhale, reach your arms forward, come back up to sit. Okay, release the arms down. Take your left foot and cross it over your right thigh so the foot will stand on the floor, the knee is bent. And then you'll take a deeper twist than the one that you did in the beginning of class. So now the right elbow can reach in front of the left knee, left fingers behind you. If you want to bind, that's also fine.
Chloe, you can't see on this side, but she's holding her left wrist with her right hand like we did before, so that there's a little bit of tractioning in the wrist as a release. Find your breath. Okay. Now you're going to have to listen carefully again. I promised arm balancing, so there's still more. You're going to release from the twist. You're going to turn around the other way. So in this case, Chloe's going to release towards her foot where it's standing on the floor. Find chaturanga arms. And then she's going to reach with her left hand for the outer edge of her right foot. And maybe that's as far as you come. If you can, yes, you're going to lift the hips, come forward like you're coming into Chaturanga Dandasana. That leg is going to float off the floor. Last step is to look to the left. Yes, and then release the bum back to the floor. Shake everything out. Give your legs a little wiggle. And then you will switch sides. So that right foot is going to cross over the left thigh, standing on the floor. Left elbow crosses in front of the right. Coming into your twist. Now you can see very nicely the clasping of the wrist that Chloe has. Again, tractioning that right wrist. It's not necessary to make a line, but if you're open, I'm definitely not. That's not how I did the practice this morning. But if you are open, it's a good variation to take. And slowly release out of the twist. Twist around to the other side. First, find the hands shoulder width apart, like you're going to come into chaturanga. And then reach with the right hand for the outer edge of that left foot. Maybe that's as far as you come. Maybe you can come into chaturanga on the left side, lift the butt, lift the leg, find the arm balance, look to the right, lift the hips a little bit higher. Yes. Exhale, come down, shake out the legs, give them a little wiggle. And then last thing, doing seated before we lie down, lean back a little bit, reach the legs up into Navasana for boat pose. And now, at the beginning of class we had the knees bent. You could still keep the knees bent. You could straighten the legs. You could hold either edge of the foot with your hands if you wanted to make it more of a long back, long leg variation. Chloe will show that. Yeah, open the chest and heart. One last breath here in boat pose, Navasana. And then release the knees. Scoot yourself forward on the mat a little bit with the feet flat and lie down on your back. And it should feel pretty good to be on your back. It's not time for Shavasana, but close. So we didn't do a whole lot of back bending, so we are going to take bridge by taking the knees, bending them, feet flat on the floor. Check the alignment of the feet, make sure they're not turning out at all. And then, yeah, you could either reach your fingers to your heels or your ankles if you enjoy that. On the inhalation, lift the hips, come up for bridge. If you want to, you could walk the hands underneath you, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And we'll take a few breaths in the backward bend here. One more inhale. And on the exhalation, slowly release the hands, roll down. You can sort of drop the knees out to either side. And then you can either come into bridge one more time, Or if you want to take wheel, you're more than welcome to. It's a pretty short class. So it's really up to you whether you feel open enough and like there's been enough prep. If you are in wheel, move the chest towards the room behind you. Make sure those feet aren't turning out. And then on your next exhalation, slowly lower down. And you can do whatever you like to release. Maybe you draw the knees to the chest. Maybe you take a happy baby. And then take whatever pose you like to finish. So it should be something symmetrical. We already did quite a lot of twisting, so that's probably not necessary. It could be a happy baby, could be a plow, whatever feels appropriate to you. In these last couple moments of your practice, active practice, try to listen to your body. And when you're ready, slowly transition out. And set yourself up for Shavasana, corpse pose. So the palms will be facing up. Try to broaden across your chest and collarbones. Soften the muscles of the face. Soften the jaw. For the first few moments here, just watch the rise and fall of your belly with breath. Think about softening across your skin. With each exhale, the breath just floats across the body. If your mind wanders in Shavasana, do bring it back to the breath. It can be hard in a home practice to really stay committed to the pose. Do use your breath to keep you steady and centered. draw your awareness back to your breath. See if you can maintain a kind of mental separation from your body. So it's almost as if you were perched above your body and you could see it moving and expanding with breath. You could see it in the stillness, at peace. And then as if you're breaking a spell, draw some awareness back into the body, and you can do that however you like. Maybe moving the wrists a little bit, moving the ankles. Gently just drawing awareness and breath back into the body. Eventually, you'll transition up to a seated position and be mindful to do that in a way that is still with integrity of the feeling of Shavasana. So you're not jolting the body out of relaxation. When you come to seated, take your hands in front of your heart. Fill with breath. Take another deep, expansive breath through the nose. Exhale, empty completely. I honor the good in you. That is the good in me. That is the good in all of us. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with us. We loved tuning in with you from Singapore. We hope you had a really good practice. We're super psyched. And wishing everybody, the best during this crazy time. And kisses to everyone.